Thank you for joining me on the channel Mazeroff Tarot. Today is going to be, I don't know, a collective energy reading, a conspiracy reading, a clarification, conspiracy theory, biblical, whatever. I use male and female pronouns, but you don't have to be biological male or female to be in either of the energies. So find your place in the story, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. And then also, if I do use signs, if I do get to that point, because I might just do like an energetic reading. Yeah, find yourself. I mean, whatever. Let's go ahead and get into it. There's so many things that I want to talk about, right? If you have been following along, I just recently did a reading about dark secrets, fears of all 12 astrological signs, kind of, sort of. And I had threw in Gwyneth Paltrow in there, but it was more so pertaining to Libra and Apple. And that's so weird because Apple, that's a shape, that's a mold, that's a model citizen for a carcass. But it's to dumb down. It's a vegetative state, and I had threw that in for, it wasn't for Libra, it was for Scorpio, but it's kind of connected. But it's also tied to like the cell phone, New York City, the Apple, and I want to get to that in a second with Steve Jobs, because are you experienced? Dun 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 dun. But Jimi Hendrix was part of the 27th Club, and they believe that has something to do with making a deal with the devil. All right, but if he's not the devil, then who is he? Because he's asking somebody, are you experienced? But anywho, and I also talked about Aquarius having a situation where they, like a father-like energy, had got into bed with a cousin, which is metaphorical. It's like Ars Goetia, bird-like individuals. But it's a play on words for somebody being inbred. And there's so many ways that the Bible tries to explain that Jesus is inbred, right? But now, white people, because monkey see, monkey do, are inbred. Bread, cash, money rules everything around me, but also crack, type of thing. And they call themselves that too, and that's a title that they have put on themselves. Somebody's supposed to be breaking bread together. That's the Breaking Bad. I don't know what it is. And that's a play on for Jesus. But like I told people before, a lot of people, especially Black community, they fear tarot cards. Because they don't understand, because they is in a vegetative state, trying to be the shape of somebody, trying to be the shape of you. I don't know if you're a pear shape, an apple shape, or a glass hour shape. What does it call it? Is that the glass apple? Glass hourglass shape. Hourglass. You want to be the shape of a watcher. You're probably going to be fucking ticked off, or in pain. Okay. But I wanted to talk about something really quickly before I get into anything else that could come out. And it is kind of going off of that inbred thing. And I want to talk about Rat-Chet, because white people, but Black people that feel like they are wise men, and that has something to do with Aquariuses being in a sexual relationship with their own family. They got involved with a feminine energy that was mixed up with that, but she was connected to a higher power, like a wise man type of thing. They probably went to a mystery school, but like I said before, that can get your mind in a fog. It can get you confused. Probably feeling like a spirit of God, the 33 hovering over fucking water. A water that is so vast, so deep, that it's bigger than you. But that got something to do with Aries. Aries past, at least. I wanted to talk about the word ratchet because a lot of people are like, they want to talk. I forget what they called it yesterday. African American, follicular, not follicular. What the fuck call it? Whatever. Bitch, go to navigable. I don't know what it is. But everybody wants to be able to talk proper. I don't want to talk like a prop. I mean, maybe. If I'm going to code switch, then I'm definitely within a program. I probably am just a program at that point. And I'm not being who I am. Which I'm going to get to that in a minute. But, ratchet. That's the ratchet or ghetto. The ghetto. It's a saying that my ex-husband used to say all the time, that life is on a quota. In the Jewish community, and since Jewish people own all the property in America, a ghetto, according to Jewish philosophy, and I will show you, is a Jewish quarter in a city. I don't know if that's going to focus. Ghetto, if you'll see that there, meaning the second. But firstly, it's a poor urban area occupied primarily by a minority group or groups. Minority. What's a minority? Nora Jones. I don't know what a minority. But it says minute or ITY. Probably UNITY. But the reason why I was bringing that up, ghetto or ratchet, is because I was looking up. Everybody knows what a rat is. Everybody knows what a rat is. And if you are going to speak these words, I feel like being able to know the root word of everything is important. And I couldn't figure out for the life of me if rat, because everybody likes to call somebody a hood rat, or chet, chet. C-H-E-T. C-H-E-T is a Jewish word. And I did do some recording.
Which rhymes with met, which is similar to the letter H of the English alphabet. But you add a guttural component to it, like a throat-clearing sound.
When he did that sound, I heard Jewish. I heard ew. It made me think of somebody like gonna spit up mucus or a loogie. Like, that's disgusting. Please do not talk to me like you got to spit. Unless you're being disrespectful. But also, it's an N-word. It's an N. Neutron. I also think of that. But also, nigga or nigger.
Second and practice it a couple of times. Many Jews wear this Hebrew word on a necklace or bracelet. It's a shortened version of the Hebrew word for life. Chai. Say it a couple
It looks like
of
a
times.
table.
Chai.
To some degree.
And Jews often sing a song, Am Yisrael Chai. The people of Israel.
But I want to remind y'all that the word is
It's
they call you Rat-Chet.
lechem. So say it, lechem.
But it's also connected to bread. Rat-Chet. The word shet in Judaism or Hebrew or whatever represents life and sin. But it made me think of Tupac Shakur. All I need in this life of sin is me and my girlfriends. It got something to do with Tracy Ellis Ross. Her mixed up girlfriend. Her big lip girlfriend. And her other black girlfriend. I don't know none of girlfriends. I don't have girlfriends. But I thought that was really interesting. Because when I first awoken, I've told this story. Well, if you've been following me along, when I first got here, there, like, It was like a dream of mine, a vision of how life was created. There was already basic life here. I put my blood in a bunch of rats. And I put my blood in a bunch of rats to, yes, evolve them. Not really. No. Yes. But it was for a purpose. Not to be fruitful and multiply, but to serve me. But it was simply rats. But they started to multiply so very quickly. And once I had put my in this vision, my blood into those rats, they started to be wise. So wise that they thought that they were wiser than me. And they were, because they understood each other. It wasn't necessarily a hive mentality. It was like a race mentality, a dirty mentality, an animalistic mentality, but it wasn't predatorial. It took all of them to kind of gang up on me to be, but a predator. But I was so large. It was like Egyptian time. I was so large that even though they all would attack me, it was like attacking my damn ankles. But no one wants to be bitten by rats, Dion. Or Sandman. I don't think his name is Dion in the Sandman, where he's in that basement and he get bit by a rat. Where he think he playing with his mama, but it's like some nightmare. But he was really trapped in some white people's house, but he was never supposed to be treated like that. White supremacy. But I had a husband that he was not made out of clay. He was a gray. But he kept being asleep. He wouldn't wake up. So I had left because I'm not about to get attacked by some rats. But the reason why I had put my blood into the rats in that dream was only to serve me. Their existence. It's not that their existence meant nothing. Their existence meant nothing without me giving it purpose or reason. And the only reason or purpose was to serve me. That was it. It wasn't for them. I didn't care if they got married. How can rats get married? I did not know. I don't even know how rats can love one another. I do not know how. And that was one thing that they would have been wiser about. It's not humane. I was human about how their world worked with each other. Even their words, their communicating style, the way they acted with, I don't know nothing. I can't relate. But I've said that before. I've been saying that now for years. Because it was one of the first memories that I can remember. But I wasn't a god. I was a part of 4 living beings. But it wasn't a race. It was to terraform. We all had a purpose. And I wanted to be blue. But someone had already called that. So I had to be soil, a dirt. But I didn't want people to think I was dirty. But I really just had to produce from dirt. But when I had got there was already rats. But there was just rats. Like, I don't know. But now when you look up Ars Goetia, those are 33s. Higher and lower is 33. And they're both rats. And I don't know who said angel about it. I don't know. And I don't know who would have said that it's a chosen bloodline. No. Hell no. Yes. But no. Meaning, it was chosen because it was there. It's not even like Metatron, like, why did you choose me? He's like, because you're closest to this door. There was no door. I am, and husband was, but there was no door. And also, they were rats. I was trying to bring plant, trees, life there, but it was like desert. I had to bring water because there was no water. It was just sand. And for some reason, there was rats everywhere. But when I put my blood in those damn rats, I kid you not, in their vision, honey, them rats started to motherfucking multiply and then think they was smarter than me, and then they wanted to be able to tell me that they did not want to serve me because them has their own life that I didn't know nothing about. But I'm like, if there, in my vision, if there was no me, there would be no purpose for them existence. I do not know. It's like the cliche saying, like, if nobody is there to see if a tree is falling, if the tree is dead. I don't know if I said that right, but they had no purpose other than a short, minute, if you want to call that life. I don't even know how long rats live. I think rats live as long as the average bird, 2 to 3 years. 23andMe is genealogy. But it was no chosen. It was no chosen for, like, you are special. You was available. You was everybody needs a starting point. No. I didn't. It just was simpler. It was easier. I just put my blood on a fucking rat. But anyway, now they would have called them Rat-Chet, but they would have been 33s. But now I don't know because, are you Jewish? Hell no. I'm Egyptian. No. Why did they think they sounded like Jewish? Probably be able to spit in your face. And be inbred life, all fucking rats. I don't know. Only me and my husband was supposed to be married. Only me and my husband would have understood what it even meant to mean to be married. Everybody else would have started carrying diseases, passing on diseases, infecting each other. Because rats carry diseases. I do not know why. That was a mistake. But I do think that was interesting because everything that I have said has come to pass. When I was in that situation, though, I was not a god. No. Creator. Yes. God. No, because there was like a quote unquote chain of command. I was formless. Duh. If I wasn't formless, it was just vast darkness that I might as well have been formless. Me and the other 3 were just formless. But our voice, you could hear our voice. There was 1 over me. 2 over me. 1 over me. Meaning, there was 1 over us all. But someone had spoke before I had spoke. So I had spoke second. And I spoke a second. I spoke the second. The others that came after me, I did not care. Because I had already spoken. But I spoke second. And I had dirt. I had dirt, but it was not dirt. But I was formless. Male, female, not sure. Then people would have thought I was at the Last Supper. Because that married shit is not about sex. That's not about sex. Because Jesus has said that's those connections. It's not about sex. So since those connections is not about gender, what is a prostitute if it is a genderless being that's not deals in sex? Does it even matter? Jesus is in red. And that is an Egyptian practice. Moses not happen. Because I did it by the numbers once and I couldn't find Moses. What did I say about Moses? He killed a man once. He killed a man. Being an Egyptian, it's a requirement to kill a man. Out of the way. Probably want your hands dirty. I don't want my hands dirty. I will leave. I will leave before I get dirty. I don't like dirty. And then what? He go out, he get exiled for being a hero. He probably burnt down a fucking library, being a son of God. You mean somebody. That's I am what I am. Guess who? Guess who? That's why you start playing. Playing Libra. You start playing the game of guess who. Be my guest. Be my guest. Be my guest. Because then he guessed. Then he started guessing who it is. And the person said, I start screaming. Then I am! I would have told Michael, chill the fuck out because anybody's even tell you to talk. Who fuck made you? So, I think I'm an angelic being. I got a surprise for him. Surprise! That's not a lot of us. It's for, I don't know who all the motherfuckers is. Probably didn't have offsprings. And they was not told to this. I came in a pair, male, female. And I was told to create with dirt. Well, it wasn't. I got options. I can create water. I can create with water. I can create with dirt. Or I can create with the green. And I could do something else. I don't know what the other one was. I think I was at the Last Supper. At the Last Supper? Hell no. Who's that white man? I don't give a fuck if it was a black man or a pink man or a blue man. It's not my husband. I'm not sure if it's a woman. I mean, I'm not sure if it's a man. Because it is with child. The fuck? It is a fish with a child. I ain't pretty sure that was the lady. Why is it with child? He keeps saying that he is a father with child. Some boy, man, listen, I doesn't know what that's confusing the fuck out of me. How you a father with child? You just got sperm? I don't think so. Because no way to tell. So he know if his genes is X or Y. He know if his sperm's X, Y. Either that's a mommy or that's a daddy. I don't want to play house. Who's Bandit? I start thinking that you women are banshees. When that man put a band on your fucking finger. These are bansheeing. I don't know. What's a banshee? Isn't it called a B-A-N-S-H-E? Or no? Am I spelling it wrong? I have no way of verifying. I don't know. But I started thinking, why did you gotta put wedding band? Men don't get wedding band. Men get One red ring. Why they doing 1-2 step? Do you want to get some rings or not? And then that man get one or not. So he the one and you're going to be second. You just seem important because your rocks is shiny. Rat. Listen. You rats ain't supposed to have that. I don't know which is necessity. What do rats need? Rats can be breadcrumb because it should not take a lot to fulfill a rat. Rats are able to be trained in a laboratory. It is a lot. Okay? Dexter. But I have a hard time because I have a purpose of being here and it is to be served. Not served and cut because you will pay for that. Not served for judging me because you are a rat. Not served for handling me because you are disgusting. But simply, some of you, I don't even think you are a 33 rat. Those will be the creme de la fucking creme. I don't know what most of you are. But you're probably so diluted at this point. I don't know what you are. But listen. I'm supposed to get served and not pampered, but like, the fuck? People don't want to do that. They don't want to pamper me. A lot of people think that they are mean. Hell no. 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 You are not me, myself, or I. What the fuck? I won't do it alone. I won't do it alone with my partner, Mel. But I would have been the creator. I ain't nothing like damn eggs. I'm just putting blood in your fucking shot. And that was gonna be a white woman. That's the thing. That's the thing. I once tried to give people mana bread. But to do it, I had to slay it. And they turned on me. White people turned on me after I gave them mana bread. But that's how they got some power. Their divinity. Enlightened. They turned at me because they did not want it. So like, man, the Simpsons, they did not want it. Well, yes, they didn't know the consequences of having that bread. They didn't understand the consequences. And there's gonna be consequences, life or death. You can't have both. You can have life, or you can have sin. Which was which? They say you got a pagan holiday. Pagan. That's Christmas, Thanksgiving, Halloween. Probably all the holidays that you gotta pay. Somebody, something. It's probably pagan. Especially when you start eating off some inbred shit. The pyramid. You could think of an MLM. MLM. I don't like Michael. As a scheme. I don't remember Michael. Plot. Well, pyramid. What do I think the pyramids do? It probably was made in Taiwan. Since they got magicians, has some wands and shit. I don't know. This was gonna have start blabbing. What did he say? Enoch. Someone said, I saw God on his chariot with wheels. I think that motherfucker was in Rome. He probably saw Julius Caesar. He saw a salad. And you're gonna see somebody toss that fucking salad. I don't know who tossed it. Probably Egyptian. What the fuck is the Julius Caesar? What's a Caesar? I know he C, but what he see is Czar. Who's Czar? Zara? Caesar. I think Zara is a nation. I don't know what nation it is. It's a nation of rats. So this is important. The question is, they say all dogs go to heaven. I don't know about you, rats. Ew. I do not want a poltergeist of rats in my house. You know how scary that is? To imagine that you see ghost rats in your house? That's scary. That's scary. That would be hell. For somebody really good. Somebody really good don't need to go through no hell so you can try to be having something called a paradise. That's terrible. You should be ashamed of yourself. You don't need to be ashamed. Rat. Who said that in some song? Rat. But when I said motherfuckers think I'm crazy because they are rats around me. How can my own servants turn on me and live better than me? My house has been infested with fucking rats from the beginning. So much so that I had to be homeless to not deal with the rat infestation that has ate off my fucking blood and gotten something called wise. And started fucking each other, giving each other diseases. I'm looking for a monkey. Or I am looking for a dog. If I could find a dog, or if I could find a goddamn monkey, that is something to work with. But you fucking disgusting rats, I can't do it. Now you got quarters of ghetto. A community center. But Jewish people do not want to be innocent and live in a quarter. Because they want to live in a gated community as big rats. That is not your house, fucker. You are a rat that has taken over a house. It's probably disgusting. We got syphilis, all kind of shit in our house. Only white people's disease. You know, I never hear no Africans have a history of just breaking out with syphilis and gonorrhea and having all kind of shit on their face. No one knows. I don't know how you get these houses. But I know how you get these houses because you run everybody out. Because god damn it, it's just rats. It's biting my ankles. But now you bitches is Rat-Chet and you let this rat call you Rat-Chet. You don't even know what shit means. You're the shit. No, you're not the S-H-I-T shit. That's boo-boo. That's peekaboo. That's Olympus. I'm getting really good at lightning. I'm fucking delirious. But you the Jewish shit. Anyway, that's all I got. Godspeed, God bless, bye.